Yeah, good morning everyone. Welcome to Core Java batch. Let's start today's topic. Continuation of yesterday's topic for for each loop. Okay, hope my screen is visible. Let's start. So guys, just think, right? This is array diagram, right? If I am creating two box means it is a single dimensional array, right? When I am creating one more level means here it will become two dimensional array, right? Hope we are good. This is two dimensional array. Now if you'll if I will create one more array, what will happen? I want to assign some value, na? So it will become how many dimension? This will become three dimensional array, right? I want to assign some value here, right? This will become three dimensional array. Now what will happen? What will happen? This is linked to this. This is linked. Okay. This is linked to this. This is linked to this. This is linked to this. This position is linked to this. You know, right? This and this is, let's say, X. This is an X array. Now tell me guys, if you want to fetch using this for array, for loop, how we can, this is, I'm giving this thing and just let me know. How we can apply for loop here. How we can apply for loop here. Let's say there are value here, one, right? One value is here, then one value is here, two. Okay. Now one value is three, one value is four. Okay. Now one value is five, then one value is six, then one value is seven here, then one value is 8 here, then one value is 9 here. Think in reverse way. I am not giving an array, but think in reverse way. If it is a single dimensional, if it is a two dimensional, how you will apply your for each loop. Okay. Now focus guys. Create new class for each loop. Maybe sixth example. 5, 4, 3. Now think guys, this is an array. Int of array. How many dimension? How many dimension? Two array. What is the variable of this? X. How we can store the value inside this variable? In one line. This is first dimension, this is second dimension, right? Is semicolon. I mean this inside first curly flower bracket, this is first dimension, this is second dimension. Can I pass some value here? 1, comma 2, comma 3. I can give here, right? 4, comma 5. So this is two dimensional array. I want to print this. Right? Now this is two dimensional, na? Now this is two dimensional. How we can fetch this value? Any suggestion? If you have suggestion, ping in the chat, please. Fine, no problem. Yeah. I started the recording now. I started the recording. Yes, we can keep two loops. Fine. Nice. So, what we will do, just think. What is our for loop, guys? What is our for loop? This is our for loop. Okay. This is syntax of for loop. Whatever we are trying to iterate, that will come here. Right? What is the type we are giving here? Right? We can take any variable x1. Okay. What is the type of array? Int. Okay. Now, see, it is giving it will give suggestion change type of x1 to int of array, because this x1 is now trying to, it is a array na, so this is two-dimensional array. So here it is required one-dimensional array. Try to observe. Try to observe. See, it is trying to fetch the position wise. This is your first array. This is your second array. Right? Hope you are getting. These are the value, right? Now what happen? If you are trying to iterate this, what will happen? This, whatever the type, x is what type? Int type, but it is of array also na. So in this situation, see, it is asking for array. So see this, change type of x1 to int of array. Right? Now, this is the one thing. Now, whatever the value are here, now see, system dot out dot, you have to think in all the possible cases, guys. Then only you will able to understand. We can print here x1, right? How to print? How to print the value of the value of x1 is the value of x1 is, no, sorry, double quotes. The value of x1 is, it will print hash code na, if I will give x1 direct, right? It will print hash code. See, hash code is printed na for x1, right? Now see. So now what is happen? Can we check for each position whatever the value is coming? How I can check? X1 of 0. Can I try like this? Let's see. See, the value of x1 is 1 and 4. Means from this first array and this array, it is picking the value, this value 1 and 4. Let's debug this and see. Now, F6. Can I mouse over? Yes. Now try to observe this, guys. This is also important because this is array. You should know. This is first position. This is second position. Can I expand this? Expand this. The first position array is having 1, 2, 3 value. See, this is the value na. This is the value first to 1, 2, 3. So this is holding at what index? It is, yeah. See, there are x is having how many objects? 0 at 0 index and 1 index. At 0 index, what should it hold? 1, 2, 3, right? When you expand this second one, what is the value? 4 and 5 it is holding, right? Combinedly, it is having two arrays, na? 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5, right? This is the first part. This is the first part and this is second part. Now what I am doing, what we are doing, we are trying to fetch this array and we are passing into this one by one. The first array it is going here, right? For first iteration. Now see, what will happen? Control Shift XI. So this is the value X is holding. Now go to F next line. Now iterate. Now Control Shift I. Select this variable. Control Shift I. Guys, what is happening? Try to. Are you observing? At first iteration, only whatever the first one dimensional is there. This is the first part. This is holding this. This is moved from X to X1. Now see this. Control Shift I. X1. 1 means X1 is having 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 is it is holding. Right? And when I am printing this line, what is happening? X of 0 means X1 is having 3 values. 1, 2, 3. But at index number 0, what is it is? 1. It is going to print that. So this is done at first iteration. Now what will happen? Again we will do F6. See F6. So what will happen? See, Control Shift I. This time from X thing. For first iteration, this is x0. This is for x0. This is your x1. Are you getting? This is your x of 0. This is your x of 1. Right? So in second iteration, x1 is coming na second iteration. Now what is coming? Control Shift I. 4 and 5 is coming. Now what is inside 4 and 5? What is the first position? 4. So when I am doing this is coming na 4. 1 and 4 is coming. Hope you are getting. When I will change this position, okay, when I will change this position, let's say 1. Now what it will do? It will print second index, means 2 and 5 will be printed. Now let's see. Now 3. What will happen? See this. Why array index bound of exception? Because the first position having the this is 0, this is 1 and this is 2, but it is not having third value na. Let me do this. The value of x1 is 3 now. Value of x1 is 3. Why? Because this is 0 index, 1 index and 2 index. So we are printing in first iteration. So what first 3 is printed. But do we have 4 and 5? Do we have in second index of this array? Do we have index number 2? No, na. We have only 4 and 5, two values. Means 4 is of which position? 0 position. This is of which position? 1 position. Do we have 2 position? No. For that we are giving this exception. Then how to handle this? How to handle this such situation? Because tomorrow data will come from your database. You don't know what kind of data, what type of data is populating. So that time exceptional handling come into picture. We should handle this exception na. What is this exception should be handled? How to handle that we have to see in exception handling. For now, I'm just highlighting that we require exception handling to handle such exception in such scenario, so that your application won't get have exception during runtime. Right now focus. What happen is you are printing first index. Can I apply second loop inside this? Can I copy this and paste inside this? No. In this, you are iterating x. In this line number 6 and 8, you are iterating x. Whatever x loop is running, it is holding into x1. In second loop, in second for loop, you have to iterate x1. You have to iterate x1 and you have to take another variable. But what it is showing, it is one dimensional. We need to remove this. Hope you are trying to understand. Hope you are trying to understand. Now say this. Save. System dot out dot println. System dot out dot println. The value of x is, value of x2 is. Now x is of type what type? It is of int type. It is not an array. Do we record x of 0, x of 1, x of 2? No. Try to understand. Debug Java application. Every answer is with debugging, guys. If you are expert in debugging, then your life is easier. What will happen in X? Control Shift I. Same. X is holding for both 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 4, 5. Now, whatever the value X is having, it will go to whom? It will go to X1. Control Shift I. Same thing. What we see. In first loop, 1, 2, 3 will go. In second iteration, how many time in first iteration, how many values we are having? 3 value, na? 1, 2 and 3. Means second loop is how many time it is going to run? See this. Now, first iteration, this is taken care. Now it is the second loop which we are having inside. It will use it will take care of this iteration. Now see, x1, again x1, mouse over on x1, 1, 2, 3. Now x1 is having how many value? 1, 2, 3. Na? X1 is having how many value? 1, 2, 3. Means 1 will go to x2, 2 will go to x2, 3 will go to x2. Then only this inside for loop will complete now. Then only this inside for loop will complete. Right? Now we will see. Do F6. Mouse over. What is the values coming x to x2? 1. 1 will come here and it will print. Oh, sorry. I need to make it x2 na. Did I make x2? No. That's why x is printing. Where it is x is in top, it is taking. I want to make it x2. Save it. I made the changes. Let me debug again. Now F6, F6, X1 is holding 1, 2, 3. So how many time it will run inside for loop? For index number 0, index number 1, index number 2, 3 times, right? Let's see. Value is printing x2. First done is for index number 0 is done. For index number 0, what is the value? 1. Again, now what is the value we will see? X1, what is having index number 1, 2. So when it will cross, 1 will be assigned to whom? X2. 1 will be assigned to whom? X2. Now F6. What is the value it will print? 2. F2 is printing, right? Now second value is done. Now again, x1 is having how many value? X1 is having only 3. Index number 0, index number 1, index number 2. This is the third time. So the index number 2 value is what? Index number 3 value is what? 3. So 3 will go to whom? X2. X2 will be get that value from x1. Now x3 will be printed. Hope you are understanding. Now x1 is done na? This 3 time is done, right? 3 time is done. So this loop will end. This loop will end. And first loop, it is still running na? Inside for first for loop, the second for loop is going on, right? Let me do F6. See, again it come back to for loop, first for loop, right? Outer for loop. This time what? X is having still. X is having 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5. But this part is done na? Index number 0. For X, this will be treated as index number 0. For X, this part will be treated as index number 1 na. So index number 0, this iteration is taken care by inner for loop. That's why inner for loop run by 3 times. Now that iteration is done. Now what will happen? Index number 1. So index number 1, let it will run how many times? 2 times. So let's see. X1, fine. So X1 is having how many value? See, X1 is in second iteration. It is holding second index position of X, 4 and 5. Now what will happen? Now X1 is having how many value? 2 values. In this array, how many index are there? In 2 index, 0 and 1. The index number 0 value is what? 4. Index number 1 value is what? 5. Right? So now we will go here, F6. Now X1 is having 2 value, 4 and 5. The first index will go to in first iteration to X2. So that's why 4 will print it. Hope you are understanding, guys. Now X1 is holding the same value in second iteration. First iteration is done, index number 0 is done. Now for index number 2, sorry, index number 1, what is the value? 5. Now this value 5, now this value 5 will go to whom? X2. So F6, see F2 is 5 is coming here, right? Now these two are done na, these two are done. So what will happen? These two are done. This is also done. Now F6. Now outer loop also end. End. That's it. Right? So this is how we have to understand in various condition, right? In various condition, what is the value, right? Now guys think there may be more than one value na. Can we try this? Can we try this 6 comma 7? Okay. Now think, this is having how many value? This is index number 1, this is index number 2, sorry, this is index number 0, this is index number 1, this is index number 2. If this value will come, see, all values coming na, all values coming, right? Same way, right? So you have to think in that way. If some array is coming and collection is coming, then how to use this array? For loop, inside for loop, right? This is how you have to understand. Hope you are good, guys. Okay, let me ping this program in this chat. Actually, everyone in meeting. Okay. Now, guys, today I am stopping here. Okay. Today I am stopping here. I have some work. Okay. Tomorrow we will continue. Okay. Practice this program. Tomorrow we will continue. And tomorrow 12, most probably 12 to 1 or 12 to 1:30, we will have one session. We will have one session. Let me stop the recording.